Hey, can you get that? I made over 1,000 YouTube videos with a personal communication device, cellular phone, and nobody sent me uh, a stand for the phone. I don't have one, and that's not gonna change if you don't send me one. Whoever you are, you know who you are when you make a comment, as if you have that paid for. Why do you think the comments are open? So, what do you think about my self-deceased so far? How's that working out for you? Because I'm about done with saying that I'm deceased. I am deceased if you see me, no matter what. But I am saying that I'm deceased because it went too low for me to go on without you knowing that I am myself kills people. It just does. It's how I'm alive this way. I know you may not agree with I should give up that I'm alive so I don't kill one of you. And that's just you being hypersensitive that there are so many of you. There are very many of you. Just one of you doesn't make the same impact on myself as the many of you do, who are all alive at the same time, aliving together. That means you don't all alive all together either. You have various conditions of you being alive. Moving on. American Horror Story. So then it's Area 51. Oh, American Horror Story Death Valley. Okay. That's for me because you won't get Charles Toe out of my housing. Well, it's on TV, but it's illegal. But I should be able to see it when you don't live with me. I can see it now, but I have already seen it. American Horror Story Death Valley. I have seen that. Yeah. Timothy Oliphant and Sarah Paulson. She's usually in American Horror Story. She didn't die out of being excellent in American Horror Story Asylum. Well, what's the point? You didn't die. That's what's excellent about excellent. If she keeps trying to die and it doesn't die in there. Is it her brown hair doesn't have prejudice to die over there? Yeah, but she has all that it is for a person with a dying genital to be deceased. They wouldn't even see that. She has penis genital problems. Not penis, but penis. And she's female. So, what I would like to say about myself deceased here is I don't know the money I'm making. I'm making some hot beverage. What do I owe to make it better? I need some galletas Marias. I need them crushed in a blender, food processor, a motor on the crushing, and then I need to heat that up in to make it a thicker drink. And I don't have that here. Well, this is snickerdoodle, so I have to love it. The recipe I saw was chocolate champurrada. Yeah, champurrada. That's what Charles introduced me to champurrada, and I didn't know what it was that made it thick, and I found it on the internet. It's crushed galletas Marias. Um, what would be better? Another brand? Yeah, I don't have to use Marias. I use some other brand. Like what? Gamesa. Oh, okay. That's not alive. I have to really see it in front of me if I'm the order. I don't see it here. It's not here now. Biscoff. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Biscoff. So I have one Horizon organic low-fat milk here. I'm thinking two is too many, but maybe two. I can use two. Yeah. I'll get another one when I'm moving about. These did not last as long as I thought they would. I didn't realize I would use so many at once. So it's homeless to know you, Steve Moser. Steve Moser put me in more debt than it is to be formed, and that's known elsewhere, except for that he had time to give me some things that are mine to myself, to himself, and I don't afford. He did not. He put more leverage on me with me trying to put leverage down because I need to get the food every day. I need a place to live. Why does, I don't know, Steve Moser, so he doesn't have a place for me to live to himself. That could be to himself, but it shouldn't be to myself. I'm not himself. If that's the abomination you're looking for, wow, that's so angry in heaven. I was wondering how you're going to get born again, Steve Moser. Is that why he's angry? Because I'm not going to be born again. That's what I had to say at first sight of Donna. Yeah, that's the first thing I said in front of Donna. I'm not coming back because you ordered a reincarnation on your first sight of myself. And you can't do that. I'm the one who alives you. I alive you and everyone that you need in your own alive of yourself. I alive you and I alive other people for you. Yeah, and you can't tell me I need to order a reincarnation on myself because that's not alive with other people who are alive around you, by you, because of you, with you, for you. Alive's your public problem. Okay, so this is the empty bag. I'll show the. I'm going to put it on number 4 on the stove. And I need to cook the odor out of this milk. It has an odor, no thank you, because it's shelved, I guess. Or, it's not highly blessed on the shelf. But the happy cow does love me. We do love the happy cow. Yeah, it's blessed that way. I don't know. Well, I'm going to put it on to boil. I'm telling myself 1 or 2 of these, and I don't afford to say 2 right now because I'm looking at it and I'm not sure how much it takes to sweeten the milk. What do you think? Well, I don't have a receta or a recipe ready. Well, if I want another milk, it'll be from up here. I can take that one right there. But I don't know. I would have to taste it. I know you're not really supposed to do that when you're cooking. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, it's homeless. I'm shouted in heaven. I don't afford to be here on these conditions. Somebody's in heavens is homeless. And that's because you did something wrong to that. I was working and you stole everything while I was working. But you didn't move any of the people out and away from the properties in dispute that were where the work was going taking place. You wanted me to leave the workplaces like they were keys I was holding, and I did not have the keys. And not everybody there has copies of the keys. If you work in an office and you're something like administrative assistant, I don't expect you to have copies of the keys, such as a janitor might have those keys. So why am I being put out away from people who have a janitor to open the door for them? And the door locking, they also close it up. I don't actually know you that way. I don't see your point at all with you not giving me money from work for my own need to be elsewhere's. You don't know whose world it is. Well, when did you want to find out? Because you're going to find out, especially, well, you're trying to convince me that I don't know who I am for money for you because it's not safe for me not to know you, right? You want me to know you as that you have something that's mine to myself and it's not mine to yourself. Sure. What's wrong with it? I am myself eternal. Tricks are for kids. You don't have full height doing that, and you don't all have the same height doing that, and you don't all look alike, and your heads are too big for the size of the threat you are for God to take care of it for you because you don't believe in me. If you want God to take care of it for you, that you don't believe in me, then you don't have the right size head if you're an adult. You have to be a kid, and then you won't die that way because I myself was one, and I didn't die that way. It's only maybe you could pass through that in like about a year, and then if you were a kid, if you went through a year as a kid and you grow about an inch, let's say, and after about a year's time, so then you're supposed to be out of the threatening that you don't know who I am to yourself for your own need not to know, for your own need to not know who I am, because what need is that? That's why it's a kid. You don't have a need that way, and you need to pass through that in a year if you think it's worth your time to think that way for a year of your time. And the rest of your life, you have to be responsible for that you didn't know who I was for a year. And how are you going to pay for that? Because it's homeless. You have to abandon all the property you disputed with what you were thinking about myself. Because I alive you. I am God deceased here. I do alive you. I did not fail to thrive as myself. I alived you in all of your disbelief. And your wealthy is not due because I'm alive here. I am unfortunately wealthy this time. I don't need because it's not due to be appearing something in front of you and you think that it's mine and that I would keep it around you. I would not. You need deceased. This is not desirable. I'm God deceased. I make it all. I've seen it all. I live in all of what you cannot afford. And you hold things away from me that are not really worth myself substantially dying for it. And that's how you get away with it. And it's against the size of yourself that I didn't fight with you. I can't because it's too many little things that move. Well, I'm thirsty and I'm making something to drink and I can't wait. So for all of those of you condescending myself out there, comments are open. Yeah. But I am God deceased is disclosed. And when I leave the comments open, I'm not the only one who reads them. I can read the notification, and that's a small alarm the wrong way. The comments are open, and everyone can read them. And if they want to leave their own comment about your comment, they can do that. So, what about we can be deceased out of you leaving comments to me about myself, and then you can leave comments to each other about what you see about the video. Like you say something like this. My name is Richard, letter, number, letter, username. Let me say it that way. My username is Richard, letter, number, letter. And I don't understand this video. I tried my best, but I don't understand. I think there's something wrong with me. And then you have a comment about the comment from somebody named. And it says something like, Richard, letter, number, letter. My username is trying to have you suspended off of YouTube because it's not an appropriate comment. Then what? Then you need to leave as well. That next username also needs to leave YouTube. Yeah, but you made your point. Yeah, but how do you leave YouTube before you correct somebody else? I don't know. Why don't you fight it out and stop wasting my time? Everybody off YouTube, but you didn't listen already. I'm past that. I'm past that. I told you get off of YouTube because you're illegal. I gave so many reasons. You can watch all the videos, and all the videos are reasons why you should never use YouTube. And are you on YouTube? You're too late. You should never use YouTube. You should never use the internet at all. You're not myself. You don't afford it. You don't have yourself deceased. You're not deceasing the internet. You don't have deceased. You're such a mess. Okay, it is bubbling at the surface somewhat on number 4. And I want to boil out the odor. of the milk, right? I would turn it up, but I think that's enough. Then I want the lid on, but I want the odor to go out through the top, and then I want the lid on to keep the heat, to keep it hot. So, maximum punishment for everyone who says I have to get off of YouTube because you think I should go to a psychiatrist. Well, the psychiatrist is discharged already, so you're past your own question. Or you want me to see someone who's threatening myself? That I don't talk the way I do because I have someone who's threatening everything that moves, including the little key that moves the lock that doesn't move everything, does it? Maximum punishment for that. I'm only here to find you in contempt. I'm not really here to find you are very well behaved on YouTube. Nope, I don't think that at all. Don't waste my time. The internet is about you. You can't be entertained by one another. The internet is about you don't know how to be yourselves, and you must not be entertained by one another. Do not know how to be yourselves. That's against your genitals. To watch the internet is against your genitals. And your comments, that is your genitals failed. Yeah, you make comments about other people don't know how to be themselves on the internet. That's your genitals failed because you don't know how to be yourself on the internet. I don't have a mug to make this a nice presentable drink. And it also needs a garnish, which I don't have because I put all the kisses in. Let's hope for the best here. Okay. It's not due to know you, Donna, about scalding the milk. Yeah. Okay, the burner is too hot at this time to be anywhere near its exposed. So I will reach around with this arm, but it's still too close. That's my hand. You don't afford that. I have no doctor for that problem. No, you want to send me to your doctors? If I see one of your doctors, I have to send your doctor to another doctor to himself. And he won't go anywhere. How can he possibly help me? That's what I think about you folks. You don't have a Don Jonathan and you don't stop saying that you're a doctor. You have illegal genital penis, cannot possibly be a doctor. So I would like to claim that I have seen my mom figure Donna eating at many restaurants over a lifetime. And I would like to say here that the restaurants did dishes for Donna. They cleared her restaurant plates that were used, and they didn't just leave them there and tell everyone to get out of the restaurant and lock it up empty. Stop serving people. Stop making money off of Donna. She can't afford you. She eats herself. So, what's another angle? Why did you serve her? Was she a fight? So you served her food. I know, why would I be in the restaurant in that scenario? I don't have a reason for you to clear my plate and wash it for me and serve somebody else. Chuck mats off. If you're a dishwasher, you have to get out. You can't wash dishes as a job. That's illegal. You might see somebody doing that. It can't be you. Well, it's very sweet. Maybe one more box of milk would have been too much milk. Shane Wen, you're in too much karma. It looked that way anyway. Yeah, but you're in too much karma. You're not myself. If she's not alive, she's running up the karma on her own death. And I'm deceased right here. That means it's your death to yourself. That's what you wanted. You picked that for yourself. You bought that for yourself. You did that to and for and with yourself and by yourself. What are you going to do now? For when you go into seclusion and isolation, you're going to see a playback of yourself so that you know why you're in there. That you said something mean to me. You did something mean to me and you started it and it was all you. But from my point of view, I would say that's mentally impossible. Who knows what you're going to do with yourself? And you did fatten the population of strangers to more than maximum capacity of God. God cannot make so many people all at once for all the offending you did just to myself. God is really not that big. God can make 500,000 people, and you required 30 billion people to be alive for you to be alive. And God cannot make that many people all at once, and He also does not have the space here in this world big enough to accommodate all these people for your anger with myself. And that means you're going into a seclusion and isolation with a 30 billion person problem in your head about what you said that was angry with myself. So it sounds like you'll never have to worry about it until what about your own head, your own mouth, your own eyes, your own nose? You don't afford your own head? I realize that, but you eat. That's why you should stay far away from food and don't put food in your mouth, because your head doesn't alive everyone around yourself. And your head doesn't have a life without everyone around yourself. Abby Schoenfeld, you are not a house. How are you going to pay for that with your 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth? We know your ears don't work. Abby Schoenfeld has one ear on the telephone and it won't work. It won't help herself that she's not a house. If you want to leave a comment for Abby Schoenfeld, look up Abby Schoenfeld on Facebook. And Davis. I would like to dedicate a song to one of my friends. Which one? Don't threaten me in the comments like you know me. If you do, you should go to jail right away and say you're sorry to God. Say you're sorry that you're not an internet yourself. You don't make the internet, it's not yourself. This has the time and date on it, so I'll try to hold it close, but it disappears. Okay. Okay. Santa Claus, do you have nipples on a flat chest? That's illegal question. Don't answer that question because how many Santa Clauses are there? Which one's the real Santa Claus? Do you believe in Santa Claus? If you believe in Santa Claus, it's illegal for Santa Claus to have nipples on a flat chest, masculine of God. He's a God formed the wrong way. No, I didn't pick that one. Oh, keep going. You have to keep looking. I'm taking a little time here because it's homeless in the threatening. Deshaun Williams. Okay, am I looking for Deshaun Williams? Okay, keep going. I have to ask myself. I can put this on pause if it's taking too much of your time. Would you rather I hurry up for your time meters problem? Or do you want me to hurry up because uh, it's costing you money to use this, isn't it? whom I'm God deceased, and you're looking for me someplace else that would agree with you, and I don't. I should have been on the internet all along so that you wouldn't threaten me physically with what I agree with, what you don't agree with. Make you curse, you see a blessing, she ripped the shirt, but then I said, you'll be coming back for seconds, you can play, you just can't help it, you play along, let it lead you on, you just take it long, it's taking questions, you listen, your head. Oh, she's super psycho, a little bit psycho. I know she's screaming on my mind. Oh, she's super psycho, but she's right though. I know she's screaming on my mind. How gone crazy? She's getting sexy. I'm supposed to say unknown. She's super psycho, a little bit psycho. I know she's screaming. Someone say, don't drink her potions. She'll kiss your neck with no emotions. When she's mean, you know you love it. She tastes so sweet. Don't sugarcoat it, no. You play along. Let her teach you on. You just take it long. Take it risky. She moves up in your head. Oh, she's but psycho, a little psycho, and she's screaming, I'm fine. Oh, she's but psycho, she's right though, and she's screaming, I'm fine. Oh, I'm not crazy, she's poison, sexy, and people say you don't know, right? She's but psycho, a little psycho, and she's screaming, I'm fine. I missed the first touch to turn it off. So, sweet but psycho. So, if I'm the Godhead to you, I'm sweet but I'm psycho. And if you don't know who I am, I'm also sweet but I'm psycho. Uh-huh. Or maybe she's just thinking about herself. Ava Max, is that her name? Ava Max or Ava Max. So she's singing about herself. So you don't have to make up your mind about the threatening when there are so many of you. Aren't you going out of your happy place? Go out with a bang. Because you suck the threatening into eternity is not happening, is why I am myself. What did you get out of sucking the threatening? Because you want to be very good with yourself, so you're an identity thief. I know who you are. Yes, you want to be an identity thief in front of other parts of myself. It's really you, but not to me, because you don't have genitals together. I am one set of genitals out of myself, none higher than he deceased. And my genitals are feminine. That means if you have a penis, you're completely illegal. It's your penis. You stole it and you told everyone that it was clothed. If you're a hoop penis, you've been using my money to buy your clothes, and I wouldn't give you $1. I would cut off your penis as a mortician in a mortuary. If you want to know how I would treat a hoop penis who asked me for $1 to contribute to buying himself something to cover his penis, I would say, let's go to a mortuary. I want to cut off your penis and save money. What's wrong with it? I don't have a penis to get into a mortuary. So why are you even talking to me like I'm threatening you and I'm not? You don't know how to get your penis off. You don't know how to be in a mortuary to get your penis off. You should not have a penis. You don't have a license to drive that penis if you don't know how to get into a mortuary and have it amputated. Comments are open. But if you still have a penis, you can still go to a prison and have your penis amputated in a mortuary before you leave a comment. That's further away the wrong way. Your comments are right there. Comments are open. That's you in the wrong place. You're too close to where you can leave a comment. It's not due to know you. No, you're in more trouble than it's worth to be in the penis. It's your penis is really humorous. It's clearly not your penis if it's clothed.